Communication is one of the most important skills in building relationships that are necessary for the success of any organization, whether it's a business, NGO, state corporation, government department, or even academic organization or institutions of learning. All work through teams, whether it's even a church, whether it's a women's group or a table banking group or a merry-go-round group, they all work with teams. Without effective communication, we cannot win the support of relevant stakeholders or those who we need to help us achieve our plans. A relationship cannot grow without effective communication. A team cannot therefore grow without effective communication. Communication strategy is an important tool for enhancing relationships with others. We never communicate without a purpose or a specific person in mind. So communication is always targeted to specific people. And I like how Steve Jobs put it, that great things in business are never done by one person. And this applies to any organization as well. You cannot achieve a lot working alone. So you must always work with a team, work with stakeholders, and engage others effectively. Communication strategy is important for ensuring success in getting the relevant people to understand and rally around the organization's message. I'm Catherine Gaho from SBO Research. Thank you for tuning into my channel, Elevators, where we offer elevating and empowering messages to help you grow in life, career, and business. In this video, I will talk about developing communication strategy to enhance teamwork and basically build relationships with relevant stakeholders and teams. Do like this video and stay with me to the end. Now, organization goals are achieved through people. Relationships and teamwork are therefore key when it comes to achieving organization objectives. Now, as Mark Sanborn said, in teamwork, silence is not golden. It's deadly. You have to communicate to optimize teamwork. A communication strategy shows how communication will be used to meet organization objectives. It guides on how to share information effectively with various stakeholders and teams. Effective communication is key to getting people to work well together in a team. And that is what leads to great outcomes and results for an organization. As Ifeanyi Onwuaha said, teamwork is the secret that makes common people achieve uncommon results. A clear strategy shows how information will flow from one person to the next and to the next in order to achieve the intended objectives. Communication strategy, when done with the idea of building relationships, ensures focus on the people. It serves to get the right information to the right person or the right people and obtain feedback from the same people in an effective way. Feedback is key in meeting an organization's objectives. Actually, there is a common saying that says that feedback is the breakfast of champions, because without engaging both ways, it's difficult for you to get also feedback back from the team so that you know how well they're doing, the challenges they are facing, and how you can help with further communication or clarify information. Why do we need a communication strategy? You must have heard the joke that doing business without communicating is like winking at a girl in the dark. Basically, only you know what you're doing. And this explains the necessity of communication in any agenda involving two or more people, and more so in an organization and a team. Every organization relies on people to achieve what it wants. And as such, in any relationship, when communication starts to diminish, the relationship follows and the work will suffer. Now, organizations need a communication strategy in the same way that those who are in team sport need one. Can you imagine a basketball team or netball team without a defense strategy? In the Tokyo Olympics, we kept seeing the coaches conferring with their teams in planning before the games. When you have a strategy for communication focused on a relationship, focused on relationship building or on teamwork, you become more focused on the strengths of the individual members of the team. And this goes a long way to helping you in achieving your set goals. A communication strategy guides you so that you can stay focused on target audience and objective. It guides on message development and selection of the delivery channels that suit each group of the stakeholders. This results in the message reaching the right people in the right way and at the right time. The strategy provides clarity and simplifies the work of message creation. It helps develop messages that are relevant, appealing, and motivating to the team. A good communication strategy can help the team improve interaction and can help you receive information from your team members, all stakeholders. Now let's go to the 6 steps in building a communication strategy to enhance teamwork. First, clarify your objective. What is it you want to communicate? You start with what you want to achieve because that helps you to keep focus on the people who you want to direct your communication to. Possible communication objectives could be to create awareness or persuade teams, to motivate teams, or to either change their attitudes or behavior in line with the organization's goals. Make sure that the objectives are specific enough and also that it's easy to evaluate achievement, that you can be able to measure and to know that this has delivered. They should also have a specific timeline for achievements. Second, identify the teams and stakeholders you want to reach. Who do you want to reach with your message? That's a question. In some cases, this only becomes clear after you clarify the objective. That is, it becomes clear to know who to direct that communication to because you know what you want to be achieved. If your objective is to improve performance in a certain department or section, then you focus on the members of those teams. If it's to raise funds for the organization, you may focus on donors or investors, depending on your organization type. Third is to create a captivating message. What is it that you want to say? What message do you want to pass? What exactly is your agenda in this communication in terms of message? To create a powerful message, you need to consider the people or the team or the stakeholder group that you want to communicate with and the purpose of the communication. So you combine now the steps before, the objective and the target audience. A persistent message should be able to get the attention of the relevant teams, get interest, inspire desire, and get action or obtain action from the people. To persuade or motivate people to take a particular action, the message you develop should be convincing, be powerfully aligned to their interests, be engaging, and be expressed in a captivating manner. Now, fourth is to select the channels. The selection of channels of communication will depend on the audience, that is the people. It will depend also on the objective and the message. So in the first 3 steps, you bring them together to determine the right channels. You could use face-to-face communication, Zoom, phone, email, internet, or social media platforms, or even broadcast media. It all depends on who you are talking to, what you want to say, and which is a better media for reaching that message. So you also consider some other things like you consider the reach and frequency, the message focus, and the like, because each channel has different strengths and hence the need to use multiple channels in order to reinforce the message. In terms of modes of delivery, some vehicles are considered more effective. For different teams and groups, you may consider presentations, even public notices on the, like in the office, public notices work, or even in a clinic like or a health center, public notices on the board will work, and the like. Exhibitions, road shows, different situations will call for different systems. I'm seeing these days a lot of companies using SMS, like banks and insurance companies, they use SMS a lot, telling us, when your insurance is due, stuff like that. You can use the, website, social media, mailing, email, radio, TV, anything that fits with your agenda and that is suitable for the message and fits with the target group. Actually, the idea is to understand, where does your target group get information? Where do the teams you want to communicate with or the stakeholders you want to communicate with get their message? So how do you get that message to then get to them? You follow the same channels that they regularly use. Fifth, determine resources or budget. It's important to decide how you will fund your communication. You need to work out a communication budget. Communication costs money. Therefore, you need to plan a budget for it. There are several ways that you can do this. And if you want to know more about this, I would refer you to my video on ways to determine a communication budget. You could consider the objective and cost method, which is very popular, which means that you look at the objective and then you look at what needs to be done and how much each of the steps will cost. Finally, the sixth step is feedback. It's important to decide how you will obtain feedback from your communication. Feedback helps you to determine the success of the message that you have conveyed, and also it helps you in achieving the objective of your communication. Because how do you know that the people you have communicated with, the teams, have understood it and therefore will respond? Only by feedback do you know. Sometimes people wait too late until you find there is no response, then you ask, and then people say, oh, we didn't understand what you meant. We didn't understand that we needed to do anything, and that kind of thing. So feedback is crucial in helping you know very well or clearly how well the message was delivered, understood, and whether it was accepted or whether there is further clarification required. Furthermore, it helps you to know the extent to which your communication objective was met. If keen on this, you can also watch my video on this channel on the role of feedback in communication strategy. To sum up, the 6 steps to consider in developing communication strategy that is aimed at strengthening teamwork and relationship with stakeholders are: 1, clarify your objectives. 2nd, identify the team or stakeholders. 3rd, create a captivating message. 4th, select suitable channels. And 5th, determine resources and budget. And 6th, plan for feedback. Do like this video and share it with those who you think might need it. If you have not subscribed yet, karibu sana, most welcome. Subscribe now and hit the bell icon.